heading now to the little village of Abercrombie, which sits in the Cynon Valley in the south of Wales. It offers many local amenities in the village and nearby. It's just a couple of miles from the bigger town of Aberdare.
Well, situated on one of the main roads through the valley is the property I'm here to see, so straight away, not ideal to be on this main road. However, I like the exterior. It's nice stonework, that's attractive, as is the guide price. £23,000 plus, 2-bedroom, mid-terrace. Let's have a look. So, fairly low expectations. Are they going to be met? Or will I be surprised? Well, entrance there, stairs up to your bedrooms. I like the fact you've got this door here which you can close off, keeps out a little bit of the noise and also the cold, and then into your front living room. You've got a gas fire, double glazing, well, you are going to need that for sure, for warmth and noise again. But it's not a bad sized space. In fact, straight away, quite an open feel through this door into the kitchen. Look at this. Perfectly serviceable. I mean, you know, they're not the most modern units and all that stuff, but with a bit of sprucing up, I think this could be pretty good. Great views out the back there. And just from the front, what could be a quite claustrophobic little terraced house has turned into a really, really serviceable space.
Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking?
A good-looking property and not a bad guide price. So much for my low expectations. However, this kitchen also has a unique selling point.
Now, one of the things I love when I'm wandering round houses is discovering those little design touches which just make you think, wow, where did that come from? And in this kitchen, there is an absolute doozy. Look at this. Fantastic. On the work surface, studs. Now, I know it's probably for putting pans on, but don't you think it turns this kitchen into a punk or heavy rock kitchen? Oh, I know. It's a Billy Idol kitchen. Nice day for a white wedding.
It's a nice day to start again.
So upstairs, and really good news. Bathroom and toilet here, where ideally it should be. Now, often with these kind of properties, the loo is extended on from the kitchen. That's not ideal. This is great. 2 bedrooms, first one there. Well, it's a bit small, and wow, what about that colour? Great if you like frogs. Ideally, I think something a little bit more neutral. But then through into the front bedroom, which is not only a better colour, but also a slightly bigger size. So that's good news. It could actually be even bigger if it wasn't for this. How about that for a central heating system stroke water heater? Wow. Oh, noise from the road. Yeah, get rid of that, I think. Combination boiler in the kitchen is definitely required.
The property is a nice size and has a layout with a lot going for it, but there are a couple of things that raise concerns.
It's not easy being green.
No, not just the green. These cracks in here could well be superficial, but would definitely be worth looking into further. And back in the main bedroom, there's quite a bit of damp around the window, which is also pretty worrying. Better check out what the back has to offer.
Well, at the back of the property, not only have you got lovely views, you've also got a bit of water, and that's not the only surprise.
Not a bad spot for some wedding photos, might I suggest. But more excitingly, look what I found.
Down these steps that also lead to the garden, and you come across a kind of basement room. Now, apart from this door, there's no windows, but it's a very useful either storage area or perhaps little office. An additional bonus I wasn't expecting.
The stairs to the garden are quite steep and not that pretty, and sad to say, neither is the garden. But it is a fair size, I think, possibly, underneath all that. There's also access to the rear, so potential off-road parking is available. The bonuses keep adding up here, and at that guide price of $23,000, this lot is a property that keeps on giving. What does a local estate agent think of it?
The property needs updating, needs a kitchen, bathroom, redecoration throughout. The property is located on a main road, so unfortunately parking is limited.
But who would be attracted to a property like this once the work is done?
After renovation has taken place, the property would be suited to a first-time buyer with a small deposit or an investor who would look at buying the property for buy-to-let. After the work has been carried out, I would expect that the property would achieve between 35 and 40,000.
If you keep costs down and buy for anywhere near that guide price of £23,000, there could be a tidy profit. But the rental market round here is strong and worth considering.
I would expect the property would achieve between £320 and £340 per calendar month.
So, what do you think? Surprisingly nice house for the money, for sure. Let's see who agreed and bought it when it went under the hammer.
Traditional mid-terrace house, UPVC double glazed, gas centrally heated, guided at £23,000. Where do you start me? Start me at around 20, will you? £20,000 just to get it started? Thank you, 20, I've got you there, at 20,000. At 20,000, now one can I see? I got 20 there, one I'm looking for. At 21, thank you. 22 now. 22 back to you. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26, 27, 28, 28, 28, no. At £27,000. I'll take a half minute if you want, or it's going to be sold at £27,000 for the first time, at £27,000 second time, third, 27 and a half, 28, bad luck, 28, 28, are you sure? That could have been his one and only bid. At 27 and a half, then I've got by the pillar for the first time, 27 and a half then for the second time, third and last time, £27,500. What answer yours?
Jumping right in with that audacious bid of £27,500 has paid off for business partners and first-time property developers Raoul and Luke. Raoul, who is a criminal lawyer, and Luke, who runs a double glazing company, both live locally and have decided to take on property developing together.
Jump right in. Let the music pull you in. You could jump right in.
Luke, Raoul, lovely to meet you both.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me why you wanted to buy the house.
Basically, we went to the auction to buy an house further up the road, and we were in the auction. This came with the right price, and he put his hand up. I burst out laughing as it goes, and I can remember walking into the auctioneers to obviously do the paperwork, and Raoul said, "Where is the house?" So we burst out laughing, and then we came here and had a little look in the night. And as it happens, it's a nice little property.
Talk me through the auction process. What was going on in your brain?
Nothing. See, when this property came at a certain price, it got sort of stuck on that, and the auctioneer said if anybody would want to put a 500 up. So I thought maybe let's try this. It's not a very high price for a property, something we could work on with, and the area that we know.
Now, as you know, it's a hammer golden rule that you should view the property before you stick your hand up at the auction. Lucy tells you, I tell you, and still some people don't do it. Tut tut. However, these two have good local knowledge, so it was a calculated risk. But I'm curious as to what brought Raoul, a criminal lawyer, and Luke together on this project.
Luke's mother works for me.
Okay.
And Luke's helped us in the business a bit, doing bits and pieces. And when I saw him, he's always keen. He's come up with ideas and all sorts of things of developing property. I had a discussion with him and I said, why don't we go for this auction?
So have you got any building experience?
I have, yeah. I buy and sell houses. I got two in Irvine, not far from here. But I'm a window fitter. I own a double glazing business.
Oh, right.
So I'm always in builders, doing work for them, and I've always took an interest in property.
Right. So you have done the whole...
Yeah.
So tell me what you're going to do to sort it out.
The first thing, we're going to strip all the paint back, get the messy stuff out of the way first, like the garden and things like that. And then just start from scratch and decorate it, and then obviously carpets are down last thing, so we just take out time and see how it goes, really.
Right, with a view to doing it up for the rental market, is that the idea?
If it doesn't sell, then yes, we'll rent it. But the idea is to put it on the back on the market for resale.
Obviously, the profit then depends on how much you're going to spend doing it up, so what's the budget for that?
Luke says 4 to 6, I say 3 to 5. So
we see how it goes.
First argument on the cards,
it should really sell, because I know it's a thing, but you've got a train station down there, you've got a centre up there, so it's not in a bad location, you know.
Not at all.
So you've got a nice view behind as well.
The view's amazing. There's a little lake behind us as well.
So you can go swimming or fishing, whatever you fancy.
Well, before Luke gets his swimming trunks on, he'll be rolling up his sleeves and doing the majority of the work himself, whilst Raoul will take more of a backseat day to day. But how long do they envisage it taking them?
4 to 6 weeks?
4 to 6 weeks,
Or at least
to be safe.
that, yeah.
But if obviously, like if you were in here constantly, I think it's only like 2 to 3 weeks work anyway, maximum, you know, because we're not going to be here all the time. It's just one of them things, you know, we've got other stuff to do.
If you take some time off, then we can do it in a week.
Yeah.
Well, listen, congratulations.
Yeah.
Good luck with it, and look forward to seeing how you get on.
Cheers.
Well, it may have been a bit of a random purchase by Raoul and Luke, but they certainly have a good plan for this nice little property. But plans can go wrong, and they still have to agree a budget between them. So how will they get on? You can find out later in the programme.